What's up, guys? Welcome back to Revelation 11:27, where we speak the truth and nothing but the truth. And where you can be yourself. Period. That's on period. Calling in our ancestors, our angels, our spirit guides, the Galactic Federation, Mother Nature. God is always with us, right? The other beings we call, they're supposed to, they are always with us, but we have to call upon them, right? They just, they don't want to be awakened all the time. Come on, they're in the spiritual world. They're already passed through this life. How are you guys? Good? Good. I'm glad. Isn't today the eclipse, right? I hope you guys are eclipsing shit out of your life that you no longer need. I hope you're eclipsing people, places, and things out of your life that you no longer need. Oh, by the way, I wanted to show you guys an update on my spiritual doll. My little strawberry shortcake spiritual doll. Look at her headpiece. I love it so much. Man, she looks so beautiful. I can't wait till I'm finished with her. But she will be here today, guarding our reading. Let me give her a little space right there. Let's start with these really quick. What do we need to see, Spirit? What do we need to know? I love the color combination on her. So cool. One second. There we go. There you go. There you go. What do we need to see, Spirit? What do we need to know? Oh yeah, so I hope you are eclipsing things that are no longer making you happy, right? Maybe you had an idea about, or a vision about where you wanted to see yourself, right? And maybe things changed. Maybe things changed overnight, and that is okay. As long as you are okay with what you have decided, and that's all you need, because you're okay with it because God gave you the okay. Now, if you're not okay with things how they are, and you're just going through this eclipse, nonchalant about it, and don't wonder later why your life's still the same. What do we need to see there? What do we need to know? Thank you. We got judgment. It's saying, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. We already know that, right? People's paths are different. People's destinies are different. So to have someone who is not you, and the reason why I'm saying that is because if they're not you, their path is not yours. And we still have these people throwing in their unsolicited advice and opinions on other people's lives. We have these people judging people by the way they speak, by the way they dress, by the way they look, by who they're attracted to. These people don't understand that we're all supposed to be different. That's what God intended. No, we're not all the same. I mean, we are humans. We have same kind of feelings, but everyone is different. Not everyone is built the same. Not everyone has to go through through the same things in each other's lives. No, everyone's path is different. So to have someone else come in and tell you, you sure you want to go there? You sure you want to work there? You sure you want to date this person? Who are they? They are not understanding that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. And they should focus on their path and challenges, which is why their challenges have just piled up so much that their judgment to others has turned into jealousy and hatred. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. And this is also something that not everyone has, right? Not everyone has discipline. Are you going to have the same discipline that you have in an environment where it's high vibrational and energetic and everyone's happy and everyone's showing you love and kindness? Are you going to have that same discipline when those people leave and you're all by yourself and you have to create your own happiness and you have to create those high vibrations around you because there's no one else there? Are you going to have the same discipline? I do. Which is why I am here today, sharing higher knowledge, higher wisdom today, here with you on video, fulfilling my life purpose. And then you have other people that don't know anything that they speak about come into my world and try to judge me when they don't even have the same talents I have. Can they sing? Can they act? Can they draw? Can they paint? Can they speak? Can they connect to God? I really don't care. But really, these people have no discipline. They act so professional in front of certain people, and those people leave, they'll act reckless. They'll act so kind and loving when they're getting what they want. But when you cut off whatever it is that you were giving them, they'll turn crazy. And these are the same people that judge, that love to judge. Me. When I'm the one with the discipline. When I'm the one that's been doing what I've been doing. Crazy. And peace. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. And come on, I'm a master of releasing negative energy. I'm a master in alchemizing energy. And I don't just say things just to say it, you know? And I'm also a master in helping others find peace. That is my life purpose. That is why I'm here. And the true nature of every being is love. And if you don't have love in your heart, what do you have? Hate, jealousy, bitterness. That is not godly. That is how you know. What do you have? Judgment unto others? That is not godly either. That is how you know that person that is always talking shit about someone else. That's how you know that that person gossiping about other people is really not godly. Is really not divine. Is really not spiritual. But just a judgmental hater ass. Okay? With no discipline. Because come on. How is it that you're this old? And I'm not saying old as in a certain age. I'm just saying, you know, old as in like above 30. Like not that old. I'm saying like older. Like mature. When you're supposed to be mature. How is it that you're this age and you haven't accomplished anything by yourself? Oh, which is why you need a man by your side. So you can siphon his energy and make you feel like you're something when you're not. But if you don't have that man there, you wouldn't have discipline. You would just I mean, you still don't have discipline even with the man there, but I'm saying like it will show up even more. So then you're insecure about yourself. You're insecure because you have no talent, you have no gifts, you have no abilities, you have no spiritual gifts. So you're insecure about that. So you want to go to Ray's page. You see Ray, and people love Ray because Ray is authentic. Ray is, confirmation. And you go to Ray's page and you see Ray and you want to judge. You want to judge someone else who is on their unique path. And that has had so many challenges, but I'm not here to explain my challenges, right? Because I've overcame them. They're just learning situations. So how are you going to go to someone else and judge someone else who in no way in the world has your unique path or your challenges? Confirmation, even the bird is confused. Oh, she felt too. Thank you. That was confirmation. Thank you. I needed that hug. Thank you. What else do we gotta see, Spirit? What else do you gotta know? Oh, okay. Thank you. Page of Air. Someone who's truthful, someone who's analytical, right? Outspoken. And we have the Ace of Fire. And then we have the King of Earth, the King of Pentacles. So it looks like, to me, there's a truth that you need to speak. There's something that you're not okay with. Something that you need to say to someone to open up some kind of opportunity. Maybe some kind of creative opportunity. But there needs to be action. And the action is you actually speaking whatever that truth is or whatever you need to say to that person. Maybe King of Earth, you got to say something to the Queen of Water. Someone who's emotional, who's emotionally stable, who's emotionally wise. Yeah, we got the Knight. Yeah, we have the Queen of Water and the Knight of Water. And you may be the King of Earth, meaning that you got money, but you're a Knight of Water. Meaning you're not a King of Water yet. Meaning there's still a lot of emotional control that you must learn. There's a lot of things about the heart chakra that you must learn. Maybe you're still judging people. And maybe your discipline, it's not really up to par. Because you're the Knight is here for a reason. You may be romantic, you may feel romantic, you may feel charming, but that is nothing to someone who is emotionally wise. All that is just bullshit. So there is some type of truth that you speak, right? And you can become the King of Water with discipline by attending to your emotions, by expressing yourself fully and authentically. Let's just do all these. There's a bunch, but let's just do it all for a reason. Yeah, and maybe you were getting some type of education, right? With the Three of Pentacles here. Maybe you were getting some type of degree. Maybe you were getting some type of knowledge about something, and it was taking you quite a while. Kind of like education, right? Kind of like a degree. Maybe you were working towards an engagement of some sort. Maybe you were working towards a married life. That's what you had envisioned, right? But then what happened? Yeah, but then what happened with the Eight of Swords here? Whatever that relationship was, whatever that marriage was, it isolated you. Look. A self-imposed prison. Couldn't be yourself. And whatever that was. And you thought it was something out of quality, right? But no. It looked like something of quality because that's what these people presented to you, right? They sold you a dream. They said, oh, if you sign this document, if you come work with us, if you do this, if you do that, you're going to be famous. You're going to go viral. You're going to have all the money in the world. You're going to have all the happiness in the world. But no, they sold you a dream. And maybe you abandoned something that is so valuable. Maybe you betrayed someone who had nothing to do with your mistake. And now that you're isolated in this self-imposed prison that you yourself brought into your life, it's like, yeah, it's like you're looking out into the horizons, wishing upon a star. But look, this period right here of resting, of recruiting, some people could lose track of that. Some people become so logical about it that they lose track of time and they lose track of their blessings, and they just stay in this self-imposed prison. And sometimes the self-imposed prison is a lot of the judgment that people pass on. Oh, you sure you want to work here? You sure you want to date this person? That, well, if you're not aligned, right? If you're not connected to God, that will put you up in the Four of Swords, where you're actually thinking about the words that this individual just told you. Thinking so much to the point where you don't even do anything about it, and you just stay there and continue to think about nonsense. And then the whole time, in your head, you think that you're doing something. You think that you're advancing. You think that you are getting closer to where you want to be. But no, look, you're just standing there, looking at where you could be. And look, this right here, these three cards, the Hierophant, right? The Two of Wands. Two of Wands is actually in reverse. So it's like fear of the unknown. With the Two of Wands, you're actually looking forward to your beginnings. You're looking forward. But this is you having fear of walking away. Of course, how could you not have fear of going somewhere where you can't think about the good things? Because, come on, you allowed for other energies to distort your perception. And look, these people, whoever it is that was passing down judgment and all this shit, right? Judging people when God doesn't even judge anyone, saying that they're religious and all this stuff. Look, this is a religious card right here. This is the Two of Wands right here, right? These people are like bringing in like little Bible verses to try and distort the word, right? And then look, and then we also got the Moon. So it's like these people are using the Bible, these people are using scriptures, these people are using the word for their benefit. They're distorting it, right? Saying that wherever you were trying to go, whoever it is that you're trying to date, is not godly. And those are just lies with the moon here. And when you listen to these lies, and you continue to listen to them, you will get stuck with those same people that are always passing down judgment. But come on. No one is supposed to wait for anyone. Especially if you're taking your sweet ass time when the truth is literally in front of you, then that's on you now. What else do we gotta see, Spirit? What else do we gotta know? These people abuse divination. Like I said, they twist the word. They have all these rituals and try and siphon your energy, right? They get together in groups, do incantations to try and let's make their magic stronger, because they need to work in groups. And even when they work in groups, none of that shit touches me. That should tell you enough. Yeah, these people are thieves. Come on, they were trying to steal your destiny. They were trying to steal money. They literally did do all that. They stole your time. They stole your energy. How did they steal your time? Because you're sitting there with them, acting like you're confused, letting time continue to pass by. It's the same shit, different day. And you're bored, you're tired of it, right? But you don't do anything about it. Because you don't have the balls to do so. Because you're not strong enough to do so. That's up to you. It's your life. And like we said, everyone's path and challenges are unique. So if you decide to not stand up against your challenges, then you will continue to have the same shit, just a different day. And look, what are these people that love to twist God's word around to try and demonize other people? And these people are wolf in sheep's clothing. They may look like a sheep, like an innocent little sheep. But really, when the door closes, when the lights turn off, all these people are, yo, let's do some black magic. Let's do some like sex rituals so they could see us differently. So he could be in love with me. Come on, I don't want him to be in love with right now. Let's do some glamour spells so I could appear pretty to him, even though he doesn't think I am. Come on, let's do that. They'll eat you like a wolf after. Fake smiles. Look how fake that girl is smiling. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I would never do anything like that. Come on, you know that person in your life, right? And look at me. Unbothered. Unbothered and still focused on what I love to do. What else do we gotta know, Spirit? What else do we gotta see? Hi, how are you doing, little Barbie doll? These people did not want to fully ever be happy. That is why they passed so much judgment to you. They didn't want to see you giving and receiving with someone that you actually wanted to do that with. Instead, with the Page of Wands here and the Seven of Pentacles, you see how How that guy is just looking at his coins like, fuck, when are you gonna grow? When are you gonna multiply? When am I gonna see the fruits of my labor? But with the Page of Wands here, it's like these people are giving you a false sense of reality, right? They're throwing in some little ass fire, some little type of a fake passion into your life, making you think that whatever it is that you were working on is going to provide for you, or whatever business you're working on with them is going to succeed, or whatever marriage you got into with them is going to thrive, when really it's not going anywhere. Because look, the guy's literally there like, yo, when is this happening? Never. And it's like you gave up. You may have lost money, waiting for your money, right? Waiting for this passion to ignite, waiting for you to get some type of happiness and motivation and passion back into your life. But that's never gonna come when you're around these people that just smile in your face and tell you that everything's good, that you're doing the right thing when you're not. What else do we gotta see, Spirit? What else do we gotta know? Thank you. Knight of Swords. Stairway to Light. Nine of Cups. Two of Wands. So there's a decision that you know that you have to make that will really change your life, that will really bring in that happiness. And you see that light. You see where that decision will take you. But with the Knight of Swords here, the swords have everything to do with the mind, right? With words, with the truth, with being just and fair. And being just and fair is not giving everything to the karmic just because you feel bad for them. No. With the Knight of Swords here, there's a decision, there's some type of truth that you need to speak. And the Knight is still, look, still seems to me like he's immature. Look, he's just playing around with the truth, playing around with what he knows, not speaking up. He's obviously the king. He's obviously not the king for a reason. When you man up, when you put your big boy pants on and you speak what you need to speak, that's when you'll be able to enter into the stairway to light, kind of like your path. Not only will you be able to enter into this path, but you will be able to learn how to be happy by yourself, because not everyone is able to be happy by themselves. When you learn how to be happy by yourself, then you could think about maybe making someone else happy. But first you got to make yourself happy. And it looks like to me, you've been trying to make all these people with fake smiles happy, and at the end, you're the one that's suffering. And haven't been the most just person, the most fair person, because in doing that, you continued to hurt and abuse and take advantage of someone else's energy that hasn't done anything to any of these people, that's actually innocent. And you still act so immature about it, right? You think it's a game. You think, I don't gotta speak nothing. Come on. You still think that your looks can get you far. You still think that your money can get you far. But that doesn't work on me. And the more people awaken, the less it will work on the world. Yeah. Thank you guys for coming back into my channel. I'll see you guys next time. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, Spirit.